Hey guys, Troy here from the Cape Ann Conversations podcast again. We are doing something a little new and different, and we're going to start a new tradition here at the podcast because I think it's going to bring a lot of value to you guys as the listeners. I've got some special guests with me today. I've got Jim, Sam, and Karen with me from the chamber directly, and we want to start to make some updates to the community about what's going on. You know, today we might talk about what happened in 2024. We're going to definitely talk about some events that are coming up in 2025. We're going to talk about changes in leadership. We're going to be able to learn stuff while you guys are on your road, driving to school pickup, drop off, hitting Target to pick up your groceries, or swinging by Market Basket. So you guys can know what's going on in the chamber in a new medium through this podcast. So first thing I want to do, though, if you don't know these people, I want everybody to take a minute and just make a quick introduction. I'm going to start with Jim. Jim, tell us who you are, why you're here. Say hi to the team.
Thank you very much. It's awesome to be here, and it's really nice to do this. My name is Jim Brown. I am right now the incoming president of the Chamber of Commerce. I also work for Coldwell Banker, and I'm a property manager in Manchester by the Sea. What else?
Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. We're going to Sam now. Sam.
Yeah, thanks, Troy.
A lot of people have seen your face. If you're part of the chamber, everybody's seen Sam's face for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Troy. I appreciate you hosting this podcast. You know, it's been such a joy to be able to make this happen and bring it out to so many different viewers and listeners too. So my name is Sam Bevins. I'm the director of, I'm the interim director, thank you, of the Greater Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce, just appointed by our board of directors back the beginning of February or so. Been with the chamber now for almost 4 years. I started originally working in Rockport with Peter Weber, and then I transitioned to full-time on the chamber team back in August of 2021 in membership. I was the membership director, and then in 2023 I became the director of operations and now interim director. So it's been a bit of a wild ride, but it's been one of my greatest joys. I'm a local guy, born in Essex, raised in Gloucester, graduate of Gloucester High School, and live here on Cape Ann. So it's been such a pleasure to work locally. I had a career in hospitality as well before. So just happy to love coming to work every day. Love working with our business community, our so many supportive organizations, nonprofits, and the community as a whole. So thank you, Troy.
Thank you, Sam. And Karen, you're with us as well remotely today, but coming to us from your vacation, which is, I mean, look at this dedication, people. These people love these local businesses. Karen, give us a little intro.
Sure, and just know that my internet is unstable, so if I cut out, then I apologize in advance. But I'm Karen Ristuben. I'm actually work with Essex County Community Foundation. I'm the program director for the Creative County Initiative, and I've been with the chamber on the board for 7 or 8 years now. I joined because it was a major part of the Cape Ann Plein Air Festival as it started up, and I was the project manager. And I've stayed on the board. Last year, I was the board president, and this year I am the board chair, and it's just been an amazing way to learn about our communities serving in this capacity. So very, very happy to do it. Last year was my year as president, and the focus really was on arts and culture.
Karen, if we can stick with you as the former board president, board chair now, maybe give us a little recap. I mean, we're still kind of kicking off 2025 here. It's only February, people.
Okay.
Give us a little look back. We typically do that here at the podcast. So give us a little look back, a little transition to today.
Yeah. So my motivation for joining the board was because of its work in arts and culture. I wanted to make sure that the arts and culture communities of Cape Ann had a voice in the business community at the chamber. And that has been the case, and it's been stronger and stronger every year. So my year as president last year in 2024 had a focus on arts and culture. We wanted to make sure that there was good representation on the board going forward, and that the consciousness of the business community was raised a little bit to see the arts and culture sector and individuals and the organizations as the small businesses that they are. And I believe we achieved part of that. It's always a work in progress, but we are out to really serve the arts and culture community because of all that arts and culture does for the greater Cape Ann communities. So it's definitely a synergistic relationship that we're trying to strengthen as we go on. The Chamber did a lot in 2024, so many events, the Waterfront Festival, Harvest Festival, the block parties. And, it's such a dynamic chamber, and the staff, the team that runs the chamber is absolutely fantastic. There was a big transition. We are in this big transition. At the end of 2024, our CEO, Steve Buckley, who did a lot for the chamber over his couple of years with us, resigned, and we undertook to create a new way of looking at how the chamber could be run. Because the team is so strong, Sam and the other staff members of the chamber, we decided to not put a call out for another CEO, but to elevate the existing staff into leadership positions that they are all fully capable of undertaking. And they're proving it already early on in this transitional time. So very, very happy to have been part of that and everything that the Chamber's done for the last several years.
Yeah, a lot of new faces around the chamber. I've been, as being the podcast host too, it's so good to see these young entrepreneurs coming in here and starting their own businesses as well. Like we recorded a podcast with Boat Day, recently, like brand new company, 2024 was sort of their first year, new chamber member. I love seeing that. We're getting, the staples in here too, the people that have been around Gloucester for, or Cape Ann, I guess you should say, for decades, passing the batons on. So good work. I appreciate that. Steve, we loved you. You were great. You're always welcome anywhere around the chamber. And, maybe we'll talk about what's going on now then. So this is going to be the future of you guys coming on this podcast. Everybody wants to, know, what events are coming up, what things can they attend, how can not only a business take advantage of the chamber, but how can the community take advantage of the chamber, like in the events and the things that you guys put on. And I think that's going to be an important message that we continue to bring to this conversation here. Who wants to take that? Sam?
Yeah, I think it makes sense to maybe turn over to our board president, Jim Brown. The board president kind of sets the tone for the year at their annual celebration, which we had just back in January, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay. So first, I want to kind of pick up on what you mentioned about the younger people being involved with the chamber. I mean, Sam is a perfect example of that. He stepped up and is running in his new role, and I'm really excited. The team below him is incredible. But at Sam's leadership, we're in unbelievable shape, and I am always impressed, even right here with his introduction. You can just see he's awesome, and I'm so excited for this. I also just want to mention that it was Karen who, as soon as Steve gave his notice, snapped into action and started researching different types of management structures. And she was the one that said, you know what, we've got this amazing team. We have Sam as a resource. And Sam had exhibited that he wanted to do a little more and could do a little more as well. And so it was really Karen that pushed this management structure that we have now. And I know it's early in the year, but we're screaming. We're screaming. There's so much excitement at our events. It's been awesome. We had a business after hours last week at Oak and Ember, 70-plus people, a lot of younger people there, which was really cool. In fact, we had some young kids from the DECA program.
Yeah, new DECA program in Ipswich,
right?
Yeah,
which was insane. This young man, boy, he was probably 17 years old, 16 years old, came running up to me, shook my hand, introduced himself, told me all the things he's doing, and I'm like, this is awesome. So that's, I do like the fact that there's a new generation coming up. One of the things that we do struggle with is that we have a lot of members from businesses that are 50-year-plus businesses, and as they switch over, either their children inherit the businesses or they sell the businesses, we have a little challenge in convincing the younger generation that there is value in the chamber. So we're working on that right now and trying to figure out things like this podcast will help us reach out and reach that audience. But when we review our drops, when we look at our drop ads every week, every month, sometimes we'll see the reason for the drop is change in management, and if we look deeper into it, it's a younger generation inheriting the business. So that's one of the things we're working on. We want to make this the chamber more exciting, and we need to let these younger people see the value in what we're doing. I mean, we reach out all over the place, all over the community. Going in as new president, my theme this year is powered by local. What we'd like to focus on is getting people off their computers, buying from Amazon, or taking that trip to Walmart and just shopping local. And we're implementing different programs and plans, and we want to just get the word out how important that is and what the value is if you spend $2 or $3 more, but you're spending it in Ipswich, Gloucester, Rockport, or Manchester, or Essex. It really makes a difference, and that dollar goes a long way in our community.
I'm finding that buying local is no longer about the dollars and cents for me. It's about the quality. I just can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, you go to like Denim Blanket in Rockport, and that blanket's going to be just light years above anything you're going to be able to buy on Amazon.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
and at this point in my life, I'm sick of just buying stuff. Like, I've got enough junk. Like, I just need stuff that's just going to
Good
survive.
stuff, yeah. Quality and service, quite frankly, too. You build that relationship with these small businesses. And there's a local hardware store in Manchester. I do property management. And the owner of that hardware store, I'm in there at least weekly, a couple times a week sometimes, fixing things. And I've been in there in the pinch where he's actually given me product for free. He said, "Don't go, take care of your problem," and you're not going to get that anywhere else. It's just incredible. And all these businesses, every one of them, are very important to our community.
Right.
Yeah. So. As far, I really didn't answer the events question. Is what's coming up? I mean, the biggest thing coming up now is the Irish sweepstakes. Hopefully, this podcast will be out by then. But what is the date on that?
The Irish sweepstakes is Thursday, March 13th. But before the Irish sweepstakes, and it kind of ties into Jim's theme for the year, that powered by local, and how important our local communities and local commerce is our Economic Outlook Breakfast on Thursday, March 6th. So that's an annual breakfast that the Chamber runs, and it has different topics based off of what our board would like to see, what issues are impacting our communities. And this year's Economic Outlook Breakfast, the theme is Downtown Economic Vitality. And just what does that mean, and what does a bustling, thriving downtown district mean for our communities? And it's a lot of what you just talked about, Troy, and you, Jim, with that quality, the service. It attracts people downtown. The dollars go further. So we have a panelist of 3 speakers, moderated by Representative Kristen Kasner as well. And we're going to be diving into some of the issues, the threats that are impacting our downtown communities, and ways that we can plan strategically in all of Greater Cape Ann to help combat those. So that's a really exciting breakfast.
And that breakfast, what day of the week is that? That's
Thursday.
Thursday. It's like 7:30 in the morning.
7:30, yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
In Magnolia Library this year.
Yeah,
Tickets
limited space.
Tickets are going really fast. So if you hear this podcast for that event, make sure you get your tickets.
Yeah, and that's a great way to meet people too. There's at events like those breakfasts, you're gonna get the right movers and shakers in the room, and they always make time. You're running around grabbing a croissant and a coffee, and you're getting a networking opportunity. You're not also just hearing about the economic facts and figures. So what else you got?
Yeah, as Jim alluded to, we have our Irish sweepstakes coming up on March 13th. That'll be at the James Pub in Essex. Really excited to do it there. We've got Cape Ann's only authentic Irish pub. So when we have our Irish-themed raffle, it was like a no-brainer. So.
Shout out to the James, too. The James does live music every Friday and Saturday night, too. I've been there. I live in Essex, so I'm a huge supporter. Fantastic food. The menu's developed further. It's a little bit bigger than I feel like when they first started, and they knock it out of the park.
Yeah, Mary and her team there are tremendous, and they've been a great partner for us on this event. So it's exciting. It's new. Irish Sweepstakes, if you're not familiar with that event, we give away $20,000 that night. So we've got 400 tickets available, and the top prize is $10,000, and there's a few other smaller prizes too, but someone's going to be walking home from that event $10,000 richer.
That's a lot of Guinnesses.
Those tickets are selling fast, too.
They are.
The James is offered to host a real Irish band as well for us, which was kind of cool. So it's a new venue. We've done this at the Elks for the last number of years, and so we're excited to do it at a true Irish pub. Right?
Yeah,
So
get there early.
Yeah, I would say so. And if you need a ride home, just give me a call. I live in Essex. I'll come pick you up.
Yeah, I mean, after that, Troy, we've got Business After Hours, which, again, that's our monthly networking series. In the evenings, it'll be in Manchester by the Sea on Wednesday, March 19th. That'll be at 35 Beach, a newer restaurant in Manchester, someone that Jim knows really well, and we're excited to do it there. We try to our best of our ability, move our programming around across Greater Cape Ann, so we're really excited to bring that to Manchester, especially when it's slower. As Jim said, we had the one at Oak to Ember last week or so. That was great. It was a Wednesday night in the middle of February. We had 75, 80 people there, so it goes both ways. It's for our members to interact, but also drive business to those local restaurants and our hosts.
That's really nice of you guys. So if somebody is a chamber member and they want to host, reach out to Sam or Jim or somebody.
Absolutely. Yeah. 35 Beach is also a great restaurant that just opened up last year, and figured a lot of things out throughout the year. Doing really well this season. I've eaten there a couple of times in the past month and had great meals. And we're excited to do this Business After Hours there. So that's going to be a really good one. You should, if you're thinking of going, you should make reservations. I just made mine last night, but he said it's filling up quick. So another great event we're looking forward to.
What else you got, Sam?
Oh yeah, Troy. Well,
I know.
We've got a lot. So May, April is we go through cycles at the chamber where some months are heavy on events and initiatives, and then some other months are planning months. So April definitely more of a planning month for what is a packed May. May includes things like Motif #1 Day. It'll be our second time doing that in Rockport. We brought that event back to life after 4 or 5 year hiatus of it not happening in town. That'll be in the beginning of May. But we also have our annual scholarship golf tournament. So the chamber gives away 7 scholarships to winners from or graduating seniors on Greater Cape Ann, and that golf fundraiser raises funds for those scholarships. So that's a big event. It's at Bass Rocks. We just had our committee start meeting the other day to start planning it. There's golf cannons on the course and fun raffles, and then there's the awards dinner after where we actually give out those. We announce the scholarship winners too. So
and that's like a scramble. So you don't even have to be a good golfer.
No,
you can go out
not.
there and have fun and really just bring the one ringer and put them in your group, and they can not use a single one of your golf shots, but that your money is going to a good place.
Yeah.
And that's in May.
Yes, that's in May. That'll be Monday, May 19th.
And if you're not a member of Bass Rocks, what a great way to go play Bass Rocks.
What a beautiful course too. We're so lucky to have them and work with them on that. It's always a
That's
joy.
probably only so many foursomes get to sign up for that.
Yeah, we have I think about 25 groups or so that can participate, around 100 golfers.
And I'm assuming that sponsors can sponsor that as
Yeah,
well.
a lot of
You do
great-
whole sponsors.
Exactly. Everything. Tea and green sponsors to big, platinum and presenting levels. Yeah.
Have we gotten Sudbay to throw a car, a
Sudbay,
hole-in-one
yes,
car?
Yes, Sudbay always does a hole-in-one car. Yes.
Shout out Sudbay.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have them support that.
Maybe we can get Kelly to throw in another car. We'd be 2-car giveaway.
I like it. Well, if you hit a hole-in-one, Troy, then that's for you.
That'd be huge.
Yeah. But one of the biggest things for me in May is our annual publications. So we produce 3 publications every year. We do the Greater Cape Ann Guide, the Greater Cape Ann Map, and the Rockport Visitors Map and Guide. In total, it's around 250,000 pieces in print, one of the biggest print productions on the North Shore. And those publications are geared for residents, visitors, and businesses. The guidebook is really a love letter of Greater Cape Ann to the people that are here visiting, the businesses, but also folks that are thinking about planning their trips. And we want them to come and make Greater Cape Ann a destination for their upcoming trip. So
that's like the value of the chamber, right? So when you talk about like, oh, well, what do I get for my chamber membership,
exactly.
right?
And all chamber members are listed in there. So maybe it's, they're looking for, and again, it's going all over the place. They're going as far as New York City and Western Mass and Vermont, but they're also going to be in local hotels and at local restaurants and local market baskets and things like that. So you never know who's going to pick it up, and Streamography's in there. Best Vending Solutions are in there. So you just never know who's going to pick it up and read it. There's 75,000 guides that are printed.
Yeah, if you have a little inn, or you've got a little gift shop, or you've got a dog food business, or you've got a restaurant locally in part of the Cape Ann Chamber, this is what your dollars and cents are going to, and this is going to drive real foot traffic. If you start to ask your customers coming through the door, how'd you find out about us? It's through stuff like this, right? That's what your dollars and cents are going to. Not only that, but all the other things, showing up to the coffee connections and getting introduced through that to another business owner that gives you business, or introduces you to somebody else that gives you business. So thank you for putting those together. And I'm always going to call this out, because these are the types of things that people just want to like gloss over, right? It's value. That's what you want to hear, people. I'll point it out to you every time.
No, thank you, Troy. And we mail them out all year round. I mean, people are always giving us a call saying, planning my trip for August, and you send me all of your publications. We do that all the time, no charge, for folks that want to get information about their travel plans to Greater Cape Ann. So it's really exciting.
I always keep a pile in front of the building where my office is, and people grab those things. They're probably a pile a week ago. And if anybody out there has businesses, I don't know whether it's a barber shop or just businesses, real estate agents, we'd like a handful of these. Just give us a call. Reach out to the chamber. We'll drop some off, and it's a great publication. So,
can people buy like a full page ad in it?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, advertising is just wrapping up now. Maybe be able to add a few more, middle of March or so, but we'll be going off to production in April for a May delivery and release.
Okay. Is it digitally available too?
It is. It's available digitally as a flip book. All the ads are interactive, and it sees hundreds of thousands of digital impressions every year because it's on all three of the Chamber's websites.
Yeah, so somebody's like Googling Cape Ann, like what to do in Cape Ann, and they go to the Cape Ann Chamber, and then they're like, see all of these events, and they're flipping through there, and it's like, oh my God, I should stay at the Beauport Hotel. Look how beautiful it is. It's like no-brainer. Yeah. What else you got? We're pretty far into the year right now. I might have to cut you off, Sam, with all this value.
Yes. No. I think that's good for now. It brings us through May. That's as far as I can conceptualize right now, too, I think.
Fair. I'm down. That's good. Because we're going to have you guys back frequently, and we're going to keep doing updates like this. I want everybody to take a minute, though. You guys do, like, ribbon cuttings, and there's new businesses joining the chamber. I kind of want to make this a thing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you a second to think about a business in your own brain, because I'm catching you off the cuff here, that either you did a ribbon cutting for or has been recently new. It doesn't have to be like new like yesterday. It could be like new since we've never done this conversation before. So like think.
So I can
give us a shout out.
In Manchester, I manage as a property manager 8 or 9 buildings. It's what drove me to join the chamber and become involved. They're mixed-use buildings, but most of our properties are made up of retail businesses, restaurants, and then we have a handful of residential apartments. I just recently switched tenants at a Beach Street Studios, which is an art studio. It was run by a woman, actually a couple of women that had been there for a long, long time and done a great job. But the new owners now, we turned the lease over last week, are going to do a lot more outward stuff. They'll be doing. They're actually on top of the 35 Beach Street, where the business after hours will be. The next business after hours, and they're doing events with the restaurant now. They'll be doing, I imagine, art classes with kids. So we'll be doing a ribbon cutting for them. At the same time, I have one open space right now, and I just showed it to an artist who is interested in opening up an art studio that's nearby, and So we might have a couple of good art studios opening up in Manchester, which will be cool. There'll be a ribbon cutting there as well if that goes through.
Karen, you got any shout outs? Give us a shout out.
Oh man, my shout out that I really want to make sure that people hear about is to Colleen Murdoch.
Oh, yes.
Right? Okay. Let's talk about her, because what she does is another whole function of the chamber, besides all of the amazing promotion and connectivity that we do. Her job really is to be in touch with every single public policy thing that's going on in all 5 communities that affect the businesses of those communities. So whether it's a zoning thing or a tax thing or parking or housing or anything that affects our businesses, Colleen is there at every meeting for planning and, town meetings and everything to get the info, bring it back to the chamber and share it out so that we can either take a position or, educate our, constituents about what's going on politically, and public policy wise in every single community. It's a huge job, and she does it so well. So that's an amazingly powerful function that the chamber does, and really nobody else does. I mean, the chamber has that as a very unique function.
Karen, you're spot on. Colleen is like an angel saint sent to Cape Ann for I almost want to say like underappreciated or like thankless job here. Like, she just does it all. I mean, she is a keystone piece behind this podcast as well that we run, in addition to everything you're saying and more. Colleen needs to come on here too and start to talk about some of what you're talking about, the policy stuff that's going on and the events going on, so we can get more people involved. I mean, how many times have you shown up to town meeting and there's 150 people there in a town where there should be thousands of people attending to have their voice heard? Colleen can help us get that word out. Colleen, you're coming here. I don't know if you want to, but you're coming here because we love you.
Whole team. We have a very lean and small team. Our chamber is, I think, just under 1,000 members, maybe the 5th largest, I believe, in Massachusetts. We're a huge chamber, and we have an exceptional team, very lean, but just incredible people. And Colleen is she's awesome.
Yeah, she'll tell you exactly when Essex is having a school board budget meeting.
She'll tell you what they're going to discuss at the meeting.
Yep. So we'll get her involved in this too for these updates, so that we can start to make sure that everybody's getting on their minds, because I think this stuff just flies by people in the busyness of their day.
They might kill me for this, but maybe we should have a team podcast.
Ooh.
Right.
Sam won't kill you. Sam loves this stuff. Okay, Sam, we're going to give you a shout out before we wrap up here.
Sure. Well, I'll echo that on the team. We've got Becca Campbell, our Member Services Director, Cindy Rodson, our Marketing Communications Director, Michelle Pepin, our Events Director, and Debbie Walter, actually the longest tenured chamber employee. She is the Director of Finance. So great team. But you're asking about ribbon cuttings and things like that. And in my time, I've done a lot of ribbon cuttings. Some of them for things as small as a new bathroom, and sometimes it's the grand opening of some incredible new business that's coming to the region. But the one we did on Friday last week was really different. It was a ribbon cutting for Seaside Circus, a circus company here on Greater Cape Ann. The woman who runs it, I believe, used to be a trapeze artist, and she's brought her skills here, and she's teaching classes in Lanesville. It's like they added a humongous addition to their house with support beams and pulleys and wire systems, and they were doing live demonstrations during the ribbon cutting. It was one of the most unique ones we've been to, but just another testament to the incredible businesses that are coming out of the woodwork, that are developing over time here in Greater Cape Ann. We're just happy that we can be there to support them. So
we're really bringing the circus to Fiesta this year, aren't we? This is good. That's incredible. I didn't even hear about that one. Look I'm learning stuff here.
Yeah, we've got some great pictures on our social media, so check it out.
We'll get them on the podcast.
Yes, that'd be a great one.
So you can go learn to be in the circus there, or is this an entertainment only?
It's more of a, from what I understand, classes and things like that. Getting people comfortable up on, trapeze bars or ribbons and things like that. They were doing some live demonstrations there. So, yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool. Why would we have that here? That's awesome. Look at us. We have everything. We don't even have to leave Cape Ann anymore, people. We've got it all in our backyard. All right. unless somebody has anything pressing that they don't want to forget, I'm going to wrap this here because we're going to continue to do this on a very frequent basis to bring people updates of what's going on in our community. I'm glad we were able to take a little bit of extra time today, probably more than in the future, to really give a little update on some of the changes that were made. And who knows, maybe we'll switch some faces up once in a while and we'll have some fun in here. But Sam, Jim, Karen from far, thank you all for coming in here and telling the community what's up.
Thank you very much. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you, Troy.
In Cape Ann, continue to like and support and share these podcasts and follow these businesses and buy local and do these things. It's our community, we're a team out there. Thanks, guys.
Exactly.
Thank you, Troy. Thanks, guys.